Hi guys, Chris Morant here. So we're getting there. We got a car pretty much assembled, so just a couple more videos left and we're gonna have a complete car. In this video we have we're gonna be installing the wing. So I'm gonna turn the car around here where it's visible. So on the WRC buggy, there's these top spacers. So the ones that I do use is the ones that have a 6 and a 2 on the top. So it's the tapered one. So you will see that even with the tapered one, the wing still has a bit of a pitch to it. So there we go. See, it's kind of still has that pitch. Let's even try this wing. So you see the pitch down still. Look from the front. So basically, we're going to make a little modification that I've been doing for a while now to get rid of that. A little bit of pitch. So the current thickness of the back side of this piece starts thick, goes thin. The thinner side is setting at 2 millimeters right now. I'm basically going to be shaving that down to 1.5 millimeters from 2. And then obviously trying to keep the tapered aspect of it. So real simply, just take a Dremel here. And I'll just focus on just the back edge for now till I get it to what I want, which is 1.5 millimeters. I know 0.5 millimeter doesn't really sound like much, but it's actually quite a bit. So the big thing here is try to keep your grinding that you do, try to keep it straight all the way across. And I'm always grinding in a kind of a tiny bit of taper up this way. As you can see, I take my time and don't get too crazy. Try to rush it. Take your time and do You don't want to ruin these pieces, because if you do, you have to buy an entire new wing mount, as you can't get just these pieces. So take your time. So we're at 1.52. It's upside down on that back edge, so I'm going to call that good. So it basically looks that thin. So that little bit I'm trimmed off. Now I'm just going to take from there and I'm going to taper it up to this peg here and just kind of give this that same taper it had before. Well, it should, if you get it tapered right, it should lay pretty much flat onto the wing mount itself. It should be pretty much no real air gaps there. Okay. Now then, we've got to this point. What we're going to do is clean off all the little extra bits from grinding it, so it looks nice and clean. Okay. Then we'll take a rag and we'll wipe it off. Wipe off our wing mount. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to glue this piece onto the wing mount. Now this isn't a preference step. This is not required. It doesn't do anything except makes this one piece. I don't personally like these separate pieces. Every time you take your wing on and off, these things are coming off and they're a constant pain. So I like, if you know this is the only one you're ever going to use, might as well glue it on and make it one piece so you don't have to fool with it ever again. So that's what I do. I know this is the only one I'm ever going to use, so I will be gluing it onto the wing mount. And careful you don't use too much glue. More is not better in this situation. You don't want to get glue where the threads go or anything like that. So just get it where it's centered on there. Apply some pressure to it. And then you're good to go. Now that's one piece. So now we just need to do the same exact thing to the other side. is important to measure. It's important to use a dial caliper and measure this because you want to make each side the same. If you don't end up making each side the same, your wing is going to kind of be lopsided. It will look kind of weird. That looks pretty good. Okay, same thing, we'll just wipe it off and we'll get it glued on. All right. Glued my fingers that time. Yay. Okay. Now you should basically have a one-piece wing mount the rest of its life, which is much more convenient to use in my opinion. So now that we've got to this stage, oh man, hold that down. There we go. Just had to hold that down a few seconds for it glue to set up some. Alright, good to go. So there's two different styles of wings I like to carry. One being the beta style, this style wing, and the other being the J Concepts F2I wing. I like to carry this wing with me for windy conditions or anytime I like to get more rotation out of the car. This is a good wing to have. And then this is my base wing that I like to use. So if you want to see how I mount this wing, where I put the holes, how I drill these back holes, all of that stuff, there is a separate video already on the channel that you can find that information. I've obviously already drilled this one up, so nothing to do except put it on there, and then you can automatically see that the wing is setting much flatter to the car. So from this point, there's nothing to do except get your wing buttons and screw it in to the actual mount. The only thing I suggest is just use Loctite on the screws. Other than that, there's nothing to it. Just get your favorite wing buttons, whatever you like, and screw it down, and there you go. There's a quick little tip for you on how I mount my wings to the car. So thanks for watching, guys.